Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 13th. This week, we are just going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you here, Virgo, and that'll be that. You have this peace card, so it's like a new beginning of peace is what I feel for you here. I feel like you're feeling much better, which is good. You're like the second sign, I think, this week that has had something but where normally, I'll get readings where it's like, oh, it's, you have the snake spirit says time to heal, but it's like, okay, you're healing, whatever, who cares, right? But this is much deeper because I feel like it has much more to do with your feelings. You're feeling much better, like seriously, not just like, oh, I'm feeling better. There's much more enthusiasm. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for here, behind your feelings. And because of that, again, when we feel things on a very deep level, we attract things very quickly into our life. So that's like what's going on here. But you have this peace card. I feel this is your personal feeling. I feel like you feel at peace. I also, sometimes I think, like, I just feel there's more, really, like, I know it sounds kind of lame, but like I said, I feel like there's more enthusiasm here, a much more positive outlook on your life. So things are just kind of like going your way more here in this reading. That snake card, it kind of reminds me of breaking a trance, especially because it's like a cobra on the card. So I feel that for some of you that you're breaking a trance, maybe you've been like stuck in an area of your life and you're about to take a leap of faith. You have the Fool, the Four of Swords, and the Hangman. The Fool, I feel, could be a new beginning or the leap of faith that you're taking. I'm also very focused on the dog here. I'm getting the word Jackson popping into my head. Some of you could be moving to Jacksonville. You might know a person named Jackson. I don't know, just popped into my head randomly, so I'm going to say it. The dog, I do feel like some of you could be getting a new pet. I feel like that'll be good for you as well. But for the most part, I feel like you're just feeling, I get the word support here. I feel like you feel, and again, the Fool is not a card of support, but I read intuitively, and I feel like a very strong sense of support or feeling supported. And again, the main focus of the reading is feelings, I feel. And because of that, it's like when we feel supported, when we feel like things are going our way, then things typically go our way because we feel it. And, so I really feel that energy for you here, if I can't say that word enough. Let's start a drinking game. Actually, don't, but just kidding. You have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords, card of healing, of course. I feel that you are starting to feel these blessings. There's a person who is receiving blessings in this window up here from another person. So there are blessings coming in for you. These are probably blessings and things that you've been praying for or hoping would happen. It's kind of weird because for Virgo, you're the only sign that I get this for, where I see like just one big thing that you really want. I feel like there are other little things that you desire to have in your life. But, I also feel that there's either just like one experience, one big goal or wish or dream that you've been very focused on, probably for the past 4 or 5 years. I would say it could be anything. Maybe you want to move somewhere, travel somewhere, could be having a family, any of those things, right? And it's like something that you've been praying for a very long period of time. You have the Hangman, and I'm kind of getting answers on the Hangman. It's almost like you, for the past 4 or 5 years or so, things have been kind of flatlined, It's like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because I feel like things have been fine. Your life has been progressing. Things are maybe, going in a certain direction, but there just haven't been any, big spikes up maybe. For some of you, maybe. But again, the spikes that you are hoping for are towards this like big dream, goal, wish that you have. That's kind of my intuition here. And so that Hangman, I feel, is saying the universe has been preparing you for a spike to happen. And again, to me, it looks like you're about to break a trance. You have this snake spirit and it says time to heal. Again, like I already said, you have a ton of healing stuff here. I'm sure you're a freaking Virgo. I mean, of course you're healing, right? And what I'd say here is that a lot of you have been going through healing, but I really feel this is almost like breaking a trance, or some of you might feel like you're breaking a curse. I don't really believe in curses personally, but what I would say is you might be using those words when you describe the situation that you're removing yourself from, or if you've been stuck for a long time. This is just you getting unstuck. It's like you're finally able to reinvent yourself. Snakes represent reinvention as well because they represent like shedding your skin. In this row, you have the Queen of Cups, your feelings, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Cups, she is the card that I always say she values her feelings over everything else. She's holding this cup, but it really looks like a trophy. It doesn't really look like a cup. So it kind of represents how much she values her feelings. She values them above everything else. She cares most about how she feels about something. So she really trusts her feelings as well. And that's what I feel like you need to do here, is trust your feelings, your guidance, what they're telling you to do, things that bring happiness and joy. We have the Knight of Wands here in your reading as well. Knight of Wands is a card of joy, happiness, desires. He sees something that brings him joy. He just does it. He moves towards it. If he wants to start a farm, then he does it. If he wants to start growing microgreens in his closet, then he does it, right? He doesn't care. He just does things because he desires to do it. He doesn't care what his grandma thinks. He doesn't care what the neighbor down the street thinks. None of that, right? None of that matters to him. He just trusts himself more than anything. Same thing with the Queen of Cups. You have the Two of Swords. What's over there? What's going to happen if you start, growing microgreens in your closet? You start a mushroom farm or something like that. I don't know, probably a lot of success, but you're not going to know unless you turn your ass around and you walk over here, Virgo. She is sitting where she has always been. And she's protecting herself, by the way, from nothing. There's nothing in front of her. She's like crossing the sword. She's like, don't hurt me. And it's like, but she has the blindfold on. She doesn't even know if there's something there that's going to hurt her because she can't see it because she's too guarded. So I feel for some of you, the good news is you have the Queen of Swords. It's like, her sword is still up, but she has her hand out. She's willing to receive. She's willing to kind of test the waters. And that's what I see here, is that you're testing the waters. I feel like you're willing to try things out. It's kind of like you're sending out I almost feel you're sending out your feelers. You're like saying, okay, I'm willing to test this out. I'm willing to see, sorry, I just dropped the Queen of Swords. It's like you're willing to see how things will go. You're willing to see how things will feel, right? Next, you have the Bull card. It says, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. And you have the Heart, which says love, deep affection, and caring. Could be love coming in for you, but again, Knight of Wands, he really does what he loves. But it's deeper than that. It's more of a desire. He desires to do something. He thinks to himself, I want to do this. I feel like I'm going to love it. And then he does it. So I would trust your heart above everything else. It's probably going to lead you to a goal, wish, or a dream. You have the Strength card, the Knight of Wands, and the Justice card. Again, I kind of feel this is more testing the waters. Justice is cause and effect. As I always say, it's like putting energy on one side of the scale. It's like, do you see a result when you start growing mushrooms in your closet? Do you see a result? Are people buying your mushrooms? We're talking about legal mushrooms here, by the way. Are people buying them? Are you making money? Are you profitable? It's like those are questions you should be asking. Same thing in love. It's like if you're putting yourself out there, are people taking you on dates? Do they not like you? Justice says pay attention to cause and effect. The Knight of Wands, again, we talked a lot about this. I definitely feel you need to trust your intuition. He's not really intuitive, but he kind of is because, it's like if we tell the universe I want $1 million, the universe is going to say, okay, well, you desire to grow microgreens, like I said, so we're going to lead you in this direction. So he kind of trusts his desires, which is kind of intuitive because he's, connecting to source. So I would definitely do that. You also have fire. You always get a fire sign in your reading, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's a fire sign coming in for love. You also have the Strength card. Strength is about being bold, kind of like that Bull card that says do not back down. If you're going to do something, or if you're going to start something like a new project, then you got to go for it. This is saying don't just kind of dabble. Don't be a dabbler. Put everything you got into it to make sure that it's going to be successful. But let's see where this is going for you here, Virgo. With the Fool, you have the Wheel of Fortune. This changes everything, is what I'm going to say to you. This is the Wheel of Fortune is your personal vision for your life. Again, I feel like one of your main feelings is that you're more in control of your life. Like I said, when we start feeling better, when we feel like things are going our way, then things typically go our way more. Like I was saying earlier, that's how I feel with this Wheel of Fortune. I'm annoying myself by saying that word so much, but that's what I'm getting here on the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you kind of truly can feel the difference. The Wheel of Fortune also says has a snake on it, by the way, right here. And the snake represents your vibrations. So make sure to keep it positive with the Wheel of Fortune. You'll attract things quicker. With the Four of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time to get to work again. You've had this a very long process. I feel like it's 4 to 5 years where you've been processing information. He has these oak leaves on his helmet, which represent knowledge and wisdom. Very similar to the Hangman. On the Hangman, he's hanging from the tree of knowledge, so he's gaining wisdom. Same thing. But now it's time to like take action with the Knight of Pentacles. We go from the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is about taking action, getting moving. The Knight of Pentacles is the only one that doesn't take action. Luckily, this is coming up in your past. With the Hangman, you have the Five of Swords. Definitely time for a break. I almost just said breakup. I feel like you have been through a breakup, but this is a card of a risk. In every single reading I do for you, you get some sort of card of a risk or taking a risk. The Five of Swords isn't some sort of like crazy risk. It just says take the risk. It's like a calculated risk. It's something you know about. The Hangman, you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need. With the Queen of with the Queen of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. Obviously, I said the word feel about 900 times in this reading, so that's the most important thing you could do right now. With the Two of Swords, you have the Moon. I feel the path is a little bit unclear. You're not exactly sure where you're going. You're not exactly sure of the direction. I would just keep your eye on the prize with the Moon. The Moon does not say stop. I always say that the Moon, really, it's about bringing something down to earth. Yes, it represents fears, anxiety, illusions, fantasies, things not being real. But there's a path straight down the middle of the Moon. And the Moon, you have the Fool right here the Fool to the Moon. And the Moon is part of the Fool's journey. It doesn't say stop. There's a path straight down the middle, like I said, that ends in some mountains. That's what you're trying to accomplish, or you have been trying to accomplish for a very long period of time. And I feel like this is saying keep pushing forward. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition, but again, it's part of the journey. I feel a lot of people have forgotten about the journey, that the journey is not perfect. The journey looks like, like this. I don't know if you've ever seen the meme where it's like what people think entrepreneurship looks like, and it's like a straight line to $10 million, and then it's like what it really is, and it's like this squiggly line all over the place. That's what I see for you with the Five of Wands. It's almost like your journey you thought was going to be like this, but really it's been all over the place. And the Five of Wands is a card of learning. I always say these people, yeah, they're fighting, but they're using sticks and they're learning how to fight. So it's really a card of education, learning how to do something that you wanted to do, all that other good stuff. With the Strength card, you have the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. See, I feel like you're getting sick of this. This is the thing. It's like intuitively, it's like I see you almost getting restless, feeling like you have to like move, feeling like you gotta change things up. And sometimes that is a clue that maybe we need to do something new. And again, I feel that on the Knight of Wands as well. He's very similar. He might get a little restless, but really what he needs to do is channel his creativity. He needs to take that energy, put it into a project or put it into an experience, something that he can, do with his life. With the Knight of Wands, here you go, the Star. The Star is like a wish fulfillment, happiness, good things coming in for you. The Star is also about having a direction. So you're coming from the Moon and going to the Star, which really tells me that you have maybe a better direction in your life that you're going in. And you need to trust that. There's an element of trust here, but I feel you're needing to trust yourself. Trusting yourself is going to bring you that peace that you have at the beginning of the reading. It's like, but the trust is the trust of knowing that you know what to do, knowing that you know the next step. The secret is nobody knows what they're going to do next. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what they're talking about, right? If you talk to anyone who's ever been successful, they'll all tell you they had no clue what they were doing. They were just trying stuff. And I kind of see that here, especially with the Justice card. Justice is, again, cause and effect. But, to get results with the Justice card, we have to, put something on one side of the scale, which could be an action. Maybe you want love. Justice card says put yourself out there. And maybe you're having a hard time finding love, but maybe you need to, change the way you dress or something like that. It's a card of experimentation, really. Card of cause and effect. Like, if I do this, do I get that? And if the answer is no, then change, right? Same thing in business. Same thing in all areas of your life. And that's what's going on here. But you finally have a direction with that Star, which tells me you finally understand what to do. With the Justice card, you have the Four Cups. And results may vary, is what I feel like saying here, Virgo. It's like, I feel like your results have been rather lackluster. If you're making changes in your business, maybe there's a little growth, but nothing to write home about, right? Nothing that is super exciting. If if you're experiencing changes in love, I feel like you're meeting a couple of people, but maybe you want Brad Pitt, but you're really going out with Stu Pitt, right? His less attractive brother. So it's like you're close, but you're not as close as you want to be. That's kind of what I'm getting here. What's this lack of excitement? I just want to get a final outcome here. Four of Wands, marriage. I don't know. I feel like you're moving towards something good. Four of Wands is a card of freedom and being set free. It's a card of happiness, card of reaching a finish line, some sort of accomplishment coming in for you. All the readings I've done so far today have been all about accomplishments for this week. It seems to be a week of accomplishments, which is nice. Middle row, you showing up in a very strong position. The Hermit. The Hermit has a star in his lantern. He has to share something with the world. And bottom row here, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is stability, success, an increase in your finances as well. He's also very capable. He has grapes on his cloak, and grapes in the tarot, they represent something that requires like skill, something that requires a lot of effort to grow. If you know anything about grapes, then you know that they need very special conditions. So he is very capable of doing what he's doing, and I feel like that's you. It's like you know what you're doing. This is just a nice reading. The only thing that's missing is like a little bit of excitement. I want to see what this card is as well. Let's see. Is there like any excitement coming in for you? It's a mystery. You have this 8th house card. It says mystery on it. I don't know. We can't know. I always say it's like I don't trust any psychic that claims to know everything. There's something missing in this reading. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to lie about it either. There's something missing here. It feels to me like it's the excitement, the like finding Brad, finding Brad Pitt or whoever the hell it is that you want to date or whatever business you dream of, right? That's what's going on here. It's like close, not quite there yet. But I feel like you're on the way, so that's all that matters. I still like this reading quite a bit. Really nice. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.